years back, I was I was on an Israel trip, and I brought this group to Israel of guys. None of the guys were religious. And I remember, like, the first night of the trip, we went to, I think it's Tzvi or something like that, and the guys were like, wow. One of the guys says, I'm not religious, but that Tzvi place was very, very spiritual. And then the next day, we go to the Kotel, and one of the guys says, I'm not religious, but that Western Wall, wow, was that powerful. And then the third day, another guy says, we heard a talk from Charlie Harari. He says, wow, because I'm not religious, but that Charlie guy, wow, that was great. And I turned to the guys, and I said, guys, why do you keep saying I'm not religious? And they said, because we're not. And I turned to them, I said, do you eat matzah on Passover? They said, yeah. I said, do you hear the shofar on Rosh Hashanah? They said, yeah. I said, do you kill? They said, no. I said, adultery? They said, no. I said, do you steal? They said, no. I said, you pay taxes? They said, no. I'm joking. They said, yes. I said, so why are you saying you're not religious? Starting to sound pretty religious to me. Matzah, shofar, no killing. These are religious things. And then I said something to them at the time that's resonated with me ever since. I said to them, if you define yourself by what you're not, I'm not, then that's all you'll ever be. If you define yourself by what you're not, that's all you'll ever be. If you define yourself by what you are, then who knows what you could become. When we do things that are beneath our dignity, we're faced with adopting a paradigm on how we view ourselves. Will we see ourselves as, I am my mistake, or I did a mistake?